No tuck, Tway Lee, Winter Magazine, double XL. Floss with your Gucci on, dipped in.
Hello everyone, I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. 2 wide receivers will be looking to be #1 targets on the field in today's game. It's Edelman's Patriots going up against Landry's Dolphins.
Thank you, Larry. It is a hot and humid afternoon as we get set for football in the southern part of the Sunshine State in Miami, Florida. This crowd a few minutes ago stirred into action at the sight of their Dolphins emerging from the Hard Rock Stadium tunnels, and we are ready to go as the Dolphins get set to match up with the New England Patriots. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. First and 10. Here's Brady. And his first pass is incomplete. Gronkowski the intended target, and that'll bring up second down.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
Throwing now is Brady. Got a man complete. It's Chris Hogan. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 18 big yards on that one, and a New England first down. And some changes here as the D-line separates some. Brady now on first down. Going underneath for Lewis. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. It'll be a gain of 4, and it'll bring up a second down. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. Now Brady again. Over the middle, that's caught by Hogan. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one goes for 24 yards. Brady now on first down. Dumps it off to Lewis. 4 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it second down. Instead of the running back in New England, sometimes they like to call them the passing backs. They get them the ball in different ways, don't they?
They certainly do. Think about the ones they've had in recent vintage. You talk about Kevin Falk, Danny Woodhead, Shane Vereen, James White could have been the MVP in the Super Bowl if it wasn't for a certain quarterback that was on the field that day.
Looking for Amendola, and it's intercepted. Picked off by T.J. McDonald. And the return will stop them well inside their own 20 at the 15-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. Here's the first carry for Kenyon Drake. And, he is really laid out that time. Knocked flat on his back at the 16.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. And he'll lose yardage on this one back to the 13. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12. Throwing on third down, Tannehill. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. James Harrison in there to get him for a loss of 9, and that'll lead to 4th down. They're going to go. It's Tannehill. Looking for Stills here, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 28, and they will take over at the 29-yard line. The runner-up New England Patriots offense back onto the field. I wanted to get your thoughts on the offense for this crew as they go into 2018. How do they stack up, Charles?
Typically, New England, pretty darn stable. One of the goals going into the offseason was to try and hold on to running back Dion Lewis, because coupled with James White, that's a heck of a tandem. Of course, the big fella, Gronk. You know, you find him another all-pro year in 2017. And remember, before 2017 began, they picked up Brandon Cooks in a trade at wide receiver. That paid off in a big way. He had his third straight 1,000-yard season in the NFL. And then, of course, there's Danny Amendola, Chris Hogan, and they expect to get back Julian Edelman for all of 2018, coming off of a knee injury.
They almost had it. The big D lineman nearly had an interception. Instead, it falls down incomplete. Brady looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line. Andre Branch. He's the one that gets him down. It'll be a loss of 5, and it'll bring up 4th down. So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7. They'll go for it. It's Brady. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Andre Branch in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. On 1st down, Drake. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
And that'll be incomplete. Landry, the intended target, and it's 3rd down.
So many qualities coaches tick off when they talk about, hey, what it was going to take to make an excellent quarterback. Accuracy has to rank near the top of every list.
Talk about arm strength, that's great. Mobility, great, but you need that accuracy in there. That one well in front of his man.
Yeah, now they got to face a good 3rd down.
Here's Tannehill. He's got a man. It's Williams. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter begins with the Dolphins in possession of the football. And they've got it here with a 1st down. Tannehill. They'll set up the screen to Drake. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another 1st down. It will. Now a 1st down throw, Tannehill. And his throw here's incomplete. Devontae Parker was the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. Got a man open. That's Devontae Parker, complete. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. The Dolphin passing game rolling here. They've got another 1st down. On 1st and 10, Tannehill. He's got a man wide open. It's Landry. And he'll be out of bounds all the way down at the 6. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Throwing again is Tannehill. That's caught. It's Thomas. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 3 yards is the gain that time. 2nd and goal.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
On second down, it's Drake. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line.
Well, they've certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play, stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
3rd and goal, it's Drake. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. Only a yard there, so it brings up 4th and goal.
Now, this feels like old-school football because this has turned into a good old-fashioned.
Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. James Harrison in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. On 1st down, Brady. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And they'll get him down up past the 15, just shy of the 20. 2 minutes remain in a scoreless first half. We'll come back to Miami after this. Throwing on 1st down is Brady. And a first hookup with his all-pro tight end, Rob Gronkowski. Past the 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Rob Gronkowski, 81 yards. And the Patriots are able to strike quickly for 6. When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call, but he got it and took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him. But let's face it, in today's NFL, those tight ends are often former wide receivers or maybe even sometimes bigger running backs. They just put them in a position to get a great matchup and make plays like that.
Then the Dolphins getting set to go here. And last time, they had it 4th and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now they've got to put that behind them, try to put together another drive.
Hey, a simple tip of the cap, a nod of the head to the defense. Congratulations, you got us last time. But you didn't hold us the whole time. We got down to position. We were able to be in position to score. Let's go ahead and attack again. Continue to have that kind of confidence. Not worry about the one play that didn't allow them to get into the end zone.
And this time they'll be trying to get it into the end zone. We'll see what they do. 17 yards for the Dolphins there as they've got themselves a 1st down. On 1st down, Tannehill. And he rifles one incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those 2 elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
On 2nd and 10, Tannehill. He goes underneath to Drake. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
On 3rd and short, Drake. And he's going to have the 1st down, yardage to the 35. That one good for 13 and a Dolphin 1st down. On 1st down, it's Tannehill.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? That looked like they were playing for the...
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Kenny Stills, 35 yards. And the Dolphins are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Cody Parkey is on now for the point after. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. Now Dion Lewis to return. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Now the Patriot offense set to take over again. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
It's a 9-yard pickup on the play. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Now Brady throwing on second down. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. That'll be a New England first down, a gain of 12. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field.
12 yards on back-to-back plays there, and that's another first down. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. Brady to throw again. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Again, it's Brady. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete. Brandon Cooks, the receiver he was going after. And now it's 3rd down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Looking for Cooks, and it's intercepted. Cordray Tankersley with a pick. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. And he will bring it back. It's a pick-6 and a Dolphins touchdown. That's certainly not something we see often from number 12, Tom Brady, although we did see it in Super Bowl 51.
And that's why it's so memorable, because of what you just said. It doesn't happen very often. And think of the momentum that you gain as a defense, not only picking off Tom Brady, but pick-6. Oh, boy, you feel good about yourselves.
This fielded at the 2. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Now the Patriots gearing up to go now. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. Jakeem Grant now to return. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Out comes the Dolphins now. They'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Here's Tannehill. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Stills the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Just a couple there on the 2nd down run. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8 situation.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
From the gun on third down, Tannehill. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. Tannehill able to take off and pick up the first as well.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And an alley to run. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. They'll run it now out of the gun. They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
They'll try the air now with Tannehill. Looks for Parker, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Eric Rowe. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Over the middle, that's caught by Hogan. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs. 35! And no press coverage here. They are backing off in the secondary. Now a carry for the shifty Dion Lewis. Dion Lewis. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Dion Lewis, 51 yards. And the Patriots are within an extra point of tying this one up. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. The return will come from Sonoris Perry. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Dolphins' offense now heads back on the field. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we've got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you've got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah. Will they make up for it? They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
Space to maneuver at the 40. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Kenyon Drake, 74 yards. And the Dolphins have broken our tie as they take the lead. And those are the highlight reel runs you dream of right there.
When he gets a seam and just gets through it, how about the explosiveness, the burst to get there to begin with, and then once he's in full gallop, Good luck trying to track him down.
And those plays so demoralizing for the defense.
Absolutely, because you've done so much work trying to keep people in front of you. When they're past you and behind you, that's a tough one to swallow.
The Patriot offense now set to come back out onto the field. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch, counter punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. When tapping those toes, he tried to get both in bounds. He could not do it, though.
In tap dance parlance, could not complete the shuffle. All right, needed to get that shuffle down with both feet, not just one.
Is that what they say?
There it is. You know, put a little sand down on the stage.
I'll take your word for it, my man. He got 29 yards that time.
I'm guessing, partner, that if we're in the huddle with the Patriots right now, there's not a single guy that thinks they have any chance of coming back in this one, especially not with Tom Brady.
Yeah, who's Tom Brady? What's he done in the past as far as comebacks are concerned? They're down right now, but that can evaporate quickly with him in the huddle. Back now in Miami. It's Patriot football, but they trail here as we begin the fourth quarter. They try again with Lewis. And he'll take this one down. On the carry there, and it's going to lead him to third down. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
But sometimes, Brandon, there's just not a secret to how things get done. He's been running well all game long, and they continue to rely on him in this key situation.
They told us they were going to rely on him. They have. He comes through there, a big third down conversion. It's caught outright, Amendola. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 7 yards to pick up on the pitch and catch. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. Brady to throw on second down. And Brady going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Lawrence Timmons. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Offensively, when you see cover two, the thought has to go through the quarterback's head. Drive the football when making throws. It's not just the deep guys covering. It's the guys underneath you have to be careful of. Drive your throw. Otherwise, you see what results? Interceptions.
Now we're going to get a timeout here called by the Patriots. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. Tannehill hands to Drake. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll bring up a third down. Now a handoff for Drake. He's going to have the first down past the 20. And all the way to the opposite 49-yard line. It's a big play for the Dolphins here on third down. 45 yards. Tannehill on first down. He dumps it off to Drake. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it'll be second down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. They'll run it now out of the gun. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He lost 2 there, and it's third down. Tannehill. And look at this. pass. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off near the 29. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. I'm surprised with the lead in a one-score game this late, they're even putting the ball in the air in that situation.
Almost makes me feel like the head coach might be second-guessing himself by not clicking on and saying, all we're doing is running it here. But give credit to the guys on defense. They made a play that they absolutely had to have to give themselves a chance to be in this game. I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He's trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
Here's White. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. He gets a good chunk of yards there, 8 all told, but they're still looking at a 4th down. Now Brady got to have this one. And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and it's looking like the Dolphins are going to win the football game. And out come the Dolphins now.